This video is going to provide you with information for solving polynomials graphically using what we're going to call our A-level practice. So many of the things that we're doing are the same as finding the roots from the graphing calculator, but there's a little component we're going to add on to it. So I'm going to walk you through problem number 1 right here. So we're going to put that in the graphing calculator. So please type that in yours. I put it in mine. It's right here, and I'm going to hit graph, and here's my graph. And I can see that there are 1, 2, 3 x-intercepts, which makes sense because my equation, the highest exponent is 3. So that's also a sign that there will be 3 x-intercepts. So the first thing I'm always going to do when I am looking for my roots is I am going to determine where they are. So the first thing I'll do is look at my table. So here it says determine how many you have. We did that. Now I'm going to use the table. So I'm going to hit second, graph, and I'm looking for wherever y1 is 0. So I'm just scrolling around. I see y1 is 0 and x is 4. I'm going to write that down. So that's all I see. I don't see any other y1s equal to 0. There's where it's 4, but I know that there's 2 more. I just cannot see them. So the reason why is because the table is only showing you integers, whole numbers. If we can't find the roots in the table, we need to use what's called the 0 function in the graphing calculator. If you look at your graphing calculator reference sheet, we've been focusing on how to find the zeros or roots from a table. Right above is how to find them from a graph. So those are the steps I'm going to walk you through right now. So I found this. That's x equals 4. I need to find these two. So I'm going to find this one first. So in order to do that, I'm going to hit second and then trace. And then I'm going to press 2 where it says 0. And it says left bound. So what that means is I need to tell the calculator where to look to find this root. I need to say, look between here and here. So when it tells me the left bound, it wants me to pick something over here. Well, I know my window goes from 10 to -10. So I'm going to pick -9 as my left bound, and I'm going to type that in. I don't need to use the arrows and scroll around. I'm just going to type -9. And you can see there's a little arrow right up there. So now it says right bound. I need to pick something over here. I'm going to pick -5. And you could see my arrows right there. It's telling the calculator, just look in between here to name the root. And it says guess, question mark. So you hit enter again. And then it says 0, x equals -7.162278. So we found it. We found one of our zeros or roots or x-intercepts. So I'm going to write that down. I'm going to have 2 numbers after the decimal. I'm going to write -7.16. Now we still have one more we need to find. We need to find this one right here. So I'm going to go through that same process again. I'm going to hit second, trace, and then 2 for 0. So for my left bound, I want it to look in between here. So I need to pick something over here for my left bound. I'm going to pick the number -4. And there's an arrow. And then I need to pick something to the right of where that intersection happens. I'm going to pick 0 and enter. And there are the little arrows. The calculator is going to look right in between here to name that 0 a root. So when it says guess, you hit enter again. And it says 0, x equals -0.8377 and a bunch of other numbers. I only need 2 numbers after the decimal, so I'm going to write -0.84 because I rounded up right there. So those are my 3 roots, and this is how I found the not nice roots, the ones that were not whole numbers, using the graphing calculator.